Hello everybody, this is Logtronics. This is a small introduction video for the commissioner. This is my new GameCubeSD, which loads games of SD obviously. Slot A, the Wii Fusion slot. Slot B, Gecko. Disk switch, power switch left, battery right. It's the AC adapter. Has an internal lithium-ion charger with charging LED, headphone jack, audio video out, custom analog sticks, miniature original GameCube layout, action buttons, original D-pad, double Z, original Z buttons, LNR, we have the quick LNR and the analog LNR. At the back we have player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. The player 1 port has a switch, and once a controller is connected, the internal controls will be disabled, as the GameCube doesn't work with two controls at the same time. Now a short demonstration. So first, to the left, we have a low-level battery indicator, which turns red when the battery is nearly dead. We have an internal memory card of 2000 blocks. When I press the M button, I switch to another internal memory card, which is useful for, say, like Japanese games, which needs a separate formatted memory card. As you can see, it's an American GameCube, as there's no language selection. Auto boot. Now for selecting GameCube games, you just go to any specific folder where you've put the GameCube games, in this case GameCube games folder. And let's say we select the Wind Waker, we press X and put it to 450p, 480, sorry. Loads a game. Most games, all American games, more or less run in progressive mode, and some PAL games, but not all of them. That's more or less how you run the cube. So yeah, that's more or less it. That's for the GameCube. Now, I have some specific Nintendo 64 games which are converted to GameCube games using a injector emulator. The same as you play a GameCube game, you'd play the same for, let's say, Mario Kart, for example. So that's Nintendo 64 games. Now not all games work this way, there's only a select few games. The rest you would have to use an emulator for. Note that the emulator is not that fantastic, so most games will work, but with glitchy sound. If you turn the sound off, most likely the games will work. So, now to use Homebrew, which is slot B, you always start the portable with a SD card inserted in slot A, otherwise it will give you an error saying there is no disk drive connected. Once loaded, you press B and eject, you switch to the B slot, select SD Gecko, fast, slot B. It loads, and from this moment on you can choose any emulator. Let's do the SNES emulator. Now from here I can just select my ROM. Let's see. That's the Legend of Zelda. And it will boot the game. Note, of course, emulators, they're always sketchy, so some games might work and some games might not. So you've got to find out for yourself. And that's more or less it. These emulators use the C-stick as the menu button for saving or speeding up the game. Note that in the emulator itself you can exit, but the exit will not work. It will result in a black screen and does nothing. So you would have to turn off and turn it on again to start it up again. Now, I have no... See, you get an error because there is no slot A. So turn it off, put it in slot A, turn it on. And now you see it's auto booted. To see the disk switch works, game goes off and game is back on. The switch is needed for multi-disc games. Show you another GameCube game, Double Dash. With this I'll also show you how the external display works. So let's say you do 4 players. Okay, now you see the first player is moving. We grab the GameCube controller, we stick that in player 1. As you can see, player 1 internal doesn't work. There's a GameCube controller for it. We get AV, stick that inside. There we go, turn off the sound on the portable. Now you can see player 1, player 2, player 3 and player 4. Now stick this in player 2, and then from here I can use this one for player 1 and this one for player 2 on the screen. So player 1 can play on the portable itself, while player 2 plays on the system. Now we get to the charger. This is a 12 volt 3 amp charger. standard AC adapter. When I plug it in, the battery indicator flashes and turns red when charging. Now, having it powered off the battery to the left and charging is not advised, because the battery needs to be properly loaded when it's not being discharged. So you turn it off and then you use it to the right side to power it off, the power, and to charge the battery properly. And from here on you can use the portable as usual. It turns green when the battery is charged up, and when it's done you can just remove it. So I believe that covers about everything on the portable. So once again, this is for the memory card switch. These are the volume control buttons. This is the screen home button. Contrast and brightness, and also the position of the screen. As far as I know, everything looks fine, so no need to change that aside from the contrast and the brightness. Volume was also pretty loud. I'll show you a quick gameplay. For example, Paper Mario. Goes pretty light, as you can hear. I wouldn't do it on the loudest because the speakers will sound a bit less good. So that's about it. So GameCube games slot A, Homebrew slot B.